Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel for another video today. A little disclaimer before we jump into this. My 4-year-old is here. She's home from preschool now through the Christmas season. So she's doing some stickers over here on the table and hopefully she is relatively quiet. But if you do hear anything, along with the normal tippy tap paws that you hear, that is what you are hearing. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So I cannot believe that it is a week before Christmas. Tomorrow is a week before Christmas, and that is just absolutely insane. I cannot believe that December has gone by so quickly. It's just been a whirlwind, and I feel like that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today, because things have been a little bit out of control, especially my hunger levels. So that's the main thing I want to talk about with you guys today, and we're going to jump into that. But before I forget, I do want to say thank you to everybody who watched my video yesterday and commented on that and welcomed Chris. And, we're just welcoming him with open arms into this channel and into the GLP-1 community. I do want to address, I did have several people, like we're talking 10 to 15 people, comment that he looks skinny, he doesn't look like he needs to lose weight. And so what I really should have done is have him stand up because Chris carries all of his weight, literally all of his extra weight in his stomach area. And so, he has what they would call a beer belly, but he doesn't drink beer, it just, all of his weight goes there. The next time he's in a video, I'll have him stand up and show you guys what that's looking like. Of course, he's already lost some weight at this point, but when I first met Chris, he actually weighed about 170 pounds, which I think was too skinny because he's 5'11", but as he's shared with you guys in that video, he had gotten all the way up to 225 or 226 pounds. And so he is just not comfortable at that weight. He wants to be more like 190 to 200. So that's what his goal is. And that would put him in a healthy weight range and all of that. So I did want to address that. I know when you're just seeing him from his chest up, he looks thin and like the picture perfect model of a healthy man, but, he does carry some weight in his stomach, and that's where he wants to lose mostly from. But yeah, he is sort of the tall, skinny, lankier type. My son is the same way. And as he got older, he just started carrying all of that extra weight from all of the things, the ice cream and stuff that he loves to eat, in his stomach. So it's there, trust me. Just wanted to get that out there. But yeah, hunger. Okay, y'all. I don't know if it's just me, but the past several weeks, I would say since Thanksgiving, I have really been struggling with more hunger. Let me know down below if you've been struggling with that as well. I don't know what it is because I haven't actually changed my dosage in close to a month now. I've been at 40 units. And so I don't think it's that. I did start a new vial, so I guess it could be that, but I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes there's some fluctuations in vials, but for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. I just think, if I'm being honest, and let me know what your thoughts are down below as well, I actually just think that it's just the fact that it is Christmas time, that it is the holidays, and there are so many things, and it's so easy to snack between functions or to go to a Christmas party at the kids' school and pick up a bunch of the different snacks to eat. And it's just so simple right now to eat bad and to eat things that we're not normally eating. And so I think my mind, it really is very easy to just eat all things that you don't normally eat. And I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if my mind's just my appetite suppression, that it's just getting into my head more. Like, I don't know if it's that I actually have less of an appetite suppression, or if it is just the fact that my mind wants the treats, the Christmas treats. And I also want to say that I don't think it's a bad thing that you eat treats, at Christmas time. I definitely don't think it is. And I have not necessarily been overeating, but I have definitely been eating things that I normally would not eat, like a piece of candy here and there, or a cookie at an event, or even just a handful of like chips or something at a party that I normally wouldn't be grabbing for at 2 p.m. I have definitely noticed an increase in my food. And so I really want to try and kind of round that out over the next couple of weeks. And I feel like this is when it's going to get harder. So if you have any tips for me, please drop them down below. But I'm going to share with you guys what my plan is over the course of the next couple of weeks to hopefully keep my snacking to a minimum, because it's hurting your girl right now. I did my weigh-in Thursday. So before my shot, today is Tuesday, the same day you're watching this. Got a little behind on filming this week, but it's Tuesday. And I did my weigh-in on Thursday, so it's actually almost time for another shot, but I weighed 165.2. Now, if you've been around the last couple of weeks, then you know that I've been weighing like 163.8, 163.6. So it's a little bit up, but I mean, that's still like for me, maintaining is like 163 to 168. If I fell within one of those numbers, I'm happy with it. So I'm not unhappy. I just noticed this week there was a bit of an increase in my weight. And so I want to obviously nip that in the bud before it gets any worse or before I just get completely out of control. Now, what I'm gonna do over the next couple of weeks is really try to focus on protein first thing in the morning. In terms of protein, there has been a lot of talk recently within the GLP-1 community. I've seen a couple of other content creators make videos on this or mention it within videos. But the gist of it is there's a lot of like questions surrounding what time of day you should be eating your protein to get the maximum effect as far as appetite suppression goes for the remainder of the day. And what I've always seen and what I've always believed is that you should eat most of your protein during the first half of the day. So like morning should be a good high protein breakfast, and then lunch should be a great high protein breakfast, and then dinner should actually be less heavy because you're going to be going to sleep and you're going to be using less energy while you're sleeping. And so your body can't use all of the energy if you give it a big heavy meal before bed. Now, that's what I've always believed, and that's what most data suggest. However, I have seen a couple of other content creators mention other data talking about how it doesn't really matter what time of day you eat it, all of that type of thing. But I'm going to go with what I've always known and with what my personal doctor has always shared with me. And that is eating most of your protein in the first half of the day. And that is something that I have absolutely struggled with, because if you've been around, then you know that I actually do not typically eat breakfast. It's not necessarily something that I do on purpose. It's just the fact that I'm never hungry until lunchtime. That started way back when. It's been long before my weight loss journey that I have not been eating breakfast. And so it's just something that's carried over into it. However, with that being said, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to try and really eat something with protein in it first thing in the morning between like 8 and 9 a.m. so that I am able to hopefully stay full longer throughout the day. One thing that I've been noticing in terms of snacking for myself is that I will get around like 10 o'clock. I will want something, but then of course it's not quite lunchtime. It's not necessarily breakfast time anymore. So then I'm eating pretzels, or I'm eating goldfish with Georgia and Finley, or I'm eating something that isn't the best choice. Like there are obviously better options. So I want to try and avoid that, because if I can even knock out that little snack in the morning and just replace it earlier in the day with a higher protein option, then I feel like I will be doing great things. So my goal is I've hard boiled some eggs. I did that on Sunday. I actually put them in I put them in a pot. I put them in a big pot, and I hard boiled like 12 of them. Chris has been eating one every morning. And then I have been having the last 2 days, I guess, I've had a hard boiled egg. And yesterday I actually had a couple slices of turkey bacon with that as well. And I do think that that really helped me yesterday. We were gone all day, which we're actually going to touch on in a minute here. We were gone all day. Me and Finley went and did a bunch of Christmas shopping, and we stopped at Chick-fil-A for lunch. I had a Cool Wrap with, like, I did get fries, but I had like 2 fries, but I did eat like my whole Cool Wrap with the multigrain wrap and the lettuce and the cabbage and the grilled chicken and all of that. And then for dinner last night, we actually had breakfast. So I had bacon and more eggs and all of the things, and a pancake. So we did a lot of like higher protein things yesterday. So I do think that it helped me yesterday. We'll see kind of how that carries into today as well, but that's the main goal. Let me know what you're doing down below to help you avoid snacking. Another thing I'm going to be trying to do is walking Piper more regularly. She definitely needs a walk every day because she is a little chunky mama. She's in my room right now, but ever since she got spayed, she has put on some weight. So I really need to focus on walking her more. So that's another thing I'm going to try and do. If like mid-afternoon, I notice myself bored or wanting to snack, because sometimes I just snack because I'm bored, I'm going to take her for a walk, get my mind off of things. That's like a been around for ages type of thing. Like if you're feeling hungry and you know it's not food time, doing something else, like distracting yourself or whatever. But that's also not something I want to preach, because I do think that if your body is telling you it's hungry, that you probably need to eat something. So yeah, that what I'm referring to mostly right now is just things that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks to get through the holiday season and try not to gain 5 or 10 pounds over the course of the next couple of weeks, which honestly I don't even think is possible for myself, but you know, things can happen. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is actually a non-scale victory that I'm actually pretty excited to share with you guys. So back when I was heavier, so when I weighed 240 plus pounds, prior to my tummy tuck, prior to all of the things, every time that I would be on my feet for a while, out shopping, even just taking longer walks, standing for any length of time, my back would burn. Like it would hurt me really, really bad. And so yesterday, I'm pretty sure was the first time that we've done anything like that, where we're doing a ton of walking, a ton of standing, and not a lot of sitting over the course of, I would say, probably the past year. The last time I did it was actually in Washington, D.C. We went there not this past summer, but the summer before. And so we did a lot of walking there. And I was actually like smack dab in the middle of my journey at that point. I still weighed like 185, 190 pounds. And I definitely like felt some back pain still. But this time, being down 85 pounds now, y'all, I walked around all day. I went to Target, we went to Five Below, we went to Costco, we went to Chick-fil-A, we went all over the places. We went to Starbucks, we were on our feet all day. I had no back pain, zero, none at all. And that is such a non-scale victory for me, y'all. I can't even tell you. I remember several years ago when we went to Disney World, and we had been like walking around all day, how awful my back felt by the end of the day. Like by the end of the day when we had been walking at Disney World from like 8 a.m. until, 9 or 10 p.m. after the fireworks, my back would be on fire, like cramping and on fire. And that's just not something that happens to me anymore. It's really fun sometimes to sit back and like think about all of the other things that have changed in my life and all of the other things that I'm able to do now that I wasn't able to do prior, with losing weight, that it isn't in regards to the actual number on the scale. Obviously there's tons of other things, but that's just something that I noticed, and I wanted to offer some type of positive thing in this video, since I am being like, I've been hungrier and I don't want to be hungry and I don't want to gain weight and blah, 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 like kind of a little stressed out about that. I did want to offer some positive things as well. So yeah, that's my little update for the week. I'm just trying to combat hunger over the course of the next couple of weeks. I want all of your tips down below. I'm gonna try to do as many of my normal uploads over the next couple of weeks as possible, but I do have a child here now when I usually would film during preschool hours. And I also, as of Thursday, will have the other 2 children home as well. So we're gonna try our best to get all of the videos up. I know that a lot of you are nervous for Thursday, when the FDA is going to speak on it again. And I'm not going to go into a whole thing about that right now, but I do want to say, just remember that even if they do come back and say that the shortage is over and that they have found data to suggest that blah, 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 that absolutely could just mean that the trial goes on, that the court system actually takes place. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be over on Thursday and that will be the final thing. That's all I'm going to say about that. I just want everybody to remember that, to take a deep breath, to think logically about the situation, and to hope for the best, because that's all we can do. And there's literally no point in worrying yourself about something you cannot control. I know that's hard to do, but if we can control it, we need to let it go and just hope that it works out the best way possible. I stocked up. I have 5 months worth, although I've mentioned that on my Facebook group. I don't know that I would place another multiple vial order. Please don't knock the camera. But I do agree with, getting a couple vials if that's something that you are able to do. If you're interested in doing that, I have an orderly link down below. But yeah, I'm going to end this now. She's getting a little rowdy. I'm probably gonna have to edit out a bunch of things here, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow, definitely Thursday with an update. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.